senior, number 12, Ethan Sepulveda. Ladies and gentlemen, the assistant coaches for the Knights include Michael Finley, Matt Godo, Eric Wren, Mike Upshaw, Rick Forehand, and Jason Jellerson. And the head coach
right. Thank you very much.
for the Knights of Foothill High School is John Fox. And ladies and gentlemen, the officials for the Knights include Peter Glenn, Sean Connolly,
Oh, welcome on board here. This is the presentation of Max Lax. Loomis out of Connecticut visiting Orange County versus the defending Orange County champions, the Foothill Knights. For Foothill, we've got a few guys we're going to watch as far as the offense goes who make it run. Andrew Cumming, been an outstanding player this season early. Last year as a freshman, started, did very, very well as the year went on, was outstanding in the playoffs, so he'll be a key. So far on the year, his scoring has been very, very strong. I think he is a total of 21 goals, 13 assists. Also, we'll be looking at Andrew Cumming, we're going to be looking at Troy Hoffer as well. Ellis Geis is back from injury. Josh Fox also having a very good year. His senior year, he's pretty much been on fire, equal goals and assists. In the goal, I think we'll have Joey Garcia, who's a freshman. And more than likely on faceoffs, we'll have Miles Smart. Sepulveda will actually be starting in goal. Mark Zito's going to take the first draw for Loomis. He's a good one for sure. He's going to be going up against Miles Smart. Smart controls the draw, and then Foothill gets the ground ball. They'll control early on. Good pressure here from Loomis. Loomis subs off. Foothill's going to sub through the midfield line here, get the players they want on offense. It's going to be Hoffer coming in. He started strong this year. He's another sophomore last year. Ran a lot at midfield, was very, very good in the playoffs. He's a big, tough kid. Got Ellis Geis ready to go up top. Looks like a 1-4. Sticks it early. So Foothill has been known to sub him in and have him go from the midline. That time they had him on, just banged it around a little bit, got him right in the middle, ran a little 1-4 isolation. He dodges man and stuck it. So if he's back and healthy, he's just a brutal weapon. Zito going to take the draw against Smart again. Smart wins it clean. Controlled the first one. They got the ground ball. Second one, he wins it clean. Looks like he might have a big night. I believe last night Loomis played Cathedral Catholic and won by a goal, 8-7, I believe. Banging it around goes to Josh Fox. Back to Geis. Looks like they're just going to attack from up top for a little while here. Run some sweeps up top. Little weave up top. Nice little weave. That'll be off Loomis. Foothill ball. Let's see what they do on the end line. They're going to play a two-man game behind. Fox with a pick. It's Andrew Cumming with the ball. No backup. Good time to go. Nice save. Good ride, Foothill. Good aggressive ground ball play both ways. Got a man open ahead of him, didn't see him. Let's see if they can clear the ball. He gets a touch here. Good hard dodge there. Loomis being from Connecticut probably hasn't been outside a lot this year, so they may be a little bit rusty with the sticks early, but it is a very good program, a lot of good sports at their school, so I assume they'll be a physical team, some very good athletes. Foothill playing pressure here, chasing way out. Shot backed up by Loomis. That'll be an interference call on Foothill.
30-second technical for interference on number 20, Kenny Algio. Repeating the Foothill penalty, a 30-second technical interference on number 20, Kenny Algio.
So let's see what Loomis runs here. First man up possession for them of the game. So looks like they're kind of setting up in a 1-4 set. I assume they're going to get some movement inside on the crease. Foothill's been known to press, which they do here on man up. A little tougher on a 1-4-1 the way it's spread out to press, so maybe Loomis was aware of that coming into the game. Foothill still gets it on the ground. Foothill, one of the few teams that will press man up. They will chase the ball man up. Most teams slough in. They give people fits over the years. That goes back to the Ray Ralph era. Outstanding save. Ethan Sepulveda. Tremendous outlet. That's Riley Ahern with the ball. Pushes transition. Oh, outstanding save. That was Josh Fox. Good shot, low and away. Big save. That's Macon Jeffries in the hoop if you're a fan of Loomis. Nice save, Macon Jeffries. So just going back real quick, Ray Ralph, if you remember, if you were ever out here, people used to almost be afraid to play Foothill. Super aggressive defense. He was a guy that came out of Long Island, sort of that Adelphi style. He played at Nassau Community College, and that's kind of where originally I think Foothill got a lot of their identity of just real tough D. There you have it, early on, coming, sticks one. A lot of people out there around Orange County, you hear them talk about you hear him talk about Andrew Cumming being a lefty, but he's actually, I believe, a natural righty who's made himself more of a lefty. So he's a two-handed player for sure. Draw goes to Loomis. Zito gets that one clean. Tough ride, Foothill. Turning them back. It's another hallmark of the Foothill program over the years, for sure. It's a tough ride. Just an extremely aggressive team on defense and extremely aggressive in the ride. Josh Fox a little in and out there. Looked to go one-on-one, didn't have anything. Going to bang it around here. Maybe get a nice possession here, sub on. Coming in through the midfield line, Chad Dupree. Going to bang it to Fox. Coming again with the ball. Looking inside a little bit. Little backhand over the shoulder shot there. I believe that was John Bialo on the defense, number 11. That was nice D. Stayed low on his hold, wide base. Going to be Loomis ball. They'll clear here. Back to the goalie. Better get it going here quick, or they're going to get a little failure to advance. And there it is. That's another good ride, Foothill. Good patience. Foothill called to get a touch. They got it, and he kept on going. Another nice save. It's Malcolm Jeffries again in the cage with a nice stop there. That was low and away. Geist from 17, 16 maybe. Well, Orange County Lacrosse fans, if there was any question whether Ellis Geist was back and healthy, he's got 2 already. Both goals coming from up top. And what Loomis is learning is what other people are going to learn. If you have Andrew Cumming back there, who is a very, very good attackman, as we mentioned, two-handed player, and you have Troy Hoffer up top, and then you add Ellis Geist coming back from injury. It's going to be very, very hard to match up on these guys. Okay. Okay. Couple of guys from Loomis that, since I hope some of the Loomis fans are tuning in. By the way, this is Devin Arkeson. Didn't mention that earlier. Been coaching in Orange County for a number of years. Corona Del Mar, San Clemente, Santa Margarita, and now run lockdownd.com, training defenders. Loomis, have a few different guys I'd like to highlight. We'll do it right after this announcement.
Goes. Can they hear about it?
Running tournaments, camps, leagues, and teams. The SCLC is a full-service group with options.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So keep going. I didn't know if I should wait for him.
Oh, perfect. So we're 5 minutes to go in the first quarter, and it's kind of vintage Foothill lacrosse. Aggressive rides, aggressive defense. Just banging the ball around and going. They're not much for, which is kind of my style of lacrosse, they're not much for a ton of ball control if they don't need to. They're not going to bang it around unless they need to, and if they're just going to bang it around to get to where they can dodge. So we're going to go smart against Mark Zito again here at the X. Illegal procedure, that'll be Loomis ball. Coming on number one with the ball right now, Trey Akai. He's a 2020. He's a very good player. Big kid. You saw his athletic ability there. Once again, Foothill pressing out. Gets Loomis to turn it over, and that's just what pressing out will do for you. If you're not used to it, it's a little bit of panic. If you don't see it in practice, you're not going to be ready for it. Most teams don't see pressure in practice because they play off. When they see it in a game, they tend to panic, and here comes Loomis with pressure of their own. So once again, timeout, Foothill. What I wanted to highlight for the people in Orange County who are not familiar with him and the people back in Connecticut, Trey Akai, number one, is a 2020. He's an outstanding player. His grandfather actually played at UMBC. His father is a coach now in Utah. And I had it, but I'll find it exactly what high school. So he's got the lacrosse background. He plays on some of the travel teams. He's run into some of the guys from in Orange County. Plays for West Coast Stars a couple of times. So he's one to watch tonight. I think just if you saw him come on the field the first time, live at least, he just looks like a really good athlete, and he got a little bit of pressure and ran right by two guys. I think just the second guy wasn't exactly ready for the pressure from Loomis. But if Loomis starts to realize that they're going to get pressure, just says, hey, it's time to go. The way to beat pressure is to dodge hard, not to back off of it. If he can dodge hard like that, I think they're going to have some success, or at least have a little bit more success than they've had tonight. Ikai. It's Ika, according to a friend of his. Oh, good. That's Josh Fox from deep, unassisted. Josh Fox from deep, unassisted. We're going to go at X again.
Once again, the Knights goal.
Miles Smart,
Assisted by
Mark Zito.
Josh Fox.
Procedure call
Possession Foothill.
against Loomis. We're going to go Foothill. See who they got coming on. Inadvertent horn there. Easton Babb, freshman, going to come on at midfield. He's played attack, had a couple of goals the other night, last Saturday in a couple of games. He's been good this year. He's a very good player. Chad Dupree up top as well. Loomis starting to creep out a little more on D. Down 4-zip. They might figure start to mix it up here a little bit. Going to go right back to Geis. Run a little weave up top. No backup. Looks like Fox went to set a pick there, and they went a little bit early. Oh, sick hitch move. Yeah. That's who we just talked about, Easton Babb. He's legit, 2021.
Foothill Knights goal. Scored by number 5, Easton Babb. And an assisted goal.
I think on the year that's his 7th.
Repeating the Knights goal, scored on
2 assists.
by number 5, Easton Babb.
So as we mentioned, they're going to sub him. Looks like they're going to sub him out as a midi and get him the ball and let him dodge. New face-off man for Foothill, that's Michael Logan. Took a bunch of draws a week ago and did a really good job. So not a lot of teams have 2 face-off guys like Logan and Miles Smart.
Foothill Knights goal. Scored by number 8, Josh Fox.
So that's Roman Pistone to Fox,
Assisted
pushing
by
the ball
number
there.
26, Roman Pistone.
So once again, as I mentioned earlier, Foothill not known for sitting on it if they don't need to. They
Second goal of the game.
had numbers there and pushed the ball, and Fox is going to put that one away probably 90%, 95% of the time. That's an easy shot for him. Not much of a chance for the goalie there. Loomis is going to go with a pole on the faceoff. It's going to be Matthew Giddiari. Foothill on the clear, reverses the ball right up the side. Turnover there.
Ball out of bounds. Possession Loomis.
So I'm going to have to assume Loomis here is going to try to get a decent possession. Just bang it around a little bit down 6-zip first quarter. Got to get something going. And as you know, lacrosse is a game of runs. So if they can get a couple here, they can be right back in it. Got to run hard, though, against Foothill. He's got to run right here. It's done. Yep. Ooh, looked like a hold there. Got away with it. That's Geis being chased by 2. He's going to get a touch. Going to sub through the midfield line. Get Troy Hoffer on. And Troy's going to go to X. I thought I heard that from the bench. So he's on the crease right now. That's going to be N1. Goal's going to be good. Flag should be waved off. So that's a 30-second technical. Would have been, but since the goal went, that'll wipe it off.
Foothill Knights goal. Scored by number 3, Andrew Chaffee. An unassisted goal. Once again, the Knights goal scored unassisted by number 3, Andrew Chaffee. His second goal of the game.
So we're going back to Miles Smart on the faceoff. Controlled originally by Foothill. Checked out.
1 minute remaining in the first quarter of play.
Outstanding ground ball. Yep, tough checks out there. First one on Loomis. He got crushed from behind. No call. And here we go, a little bit high, I think, on that one. Not really sure what he was looking at on the first one, but inside, when they fed inside to Loomis, I'd have to see it on film, but he just got crushed from behind.
Loomis penalty, a 1-minute personal for an illegal body check on number 15, Trent Dinigio. Repeating the Loomis penalty, a 1-minute personal for an illegal body check on number 15, Trent Dinigio.
So we're going to look at the Foothill man up here. A lot of movement inside on the crease. Guys coming off the crease and replacing quickly. So they're going to hold it so they gain possession going into the second quarter. That should do it for quarter number 1.
At the end of 1 quarter of play, our score. The Loomis Chaffee School 0, your Knights of Foothill High School 7.
Can I unplug this for one second? Oh, can I unplug this for one second?
Oh, Oh, yeah.
We're still on, right? We just keep going, right?
All lacrosse players and fans, NCAA Men's Division I Lacrosse returns to Southern California 1 week from this Saturday in the 5th annual Pacific Coast Shootout. This year is a battle of the champions as the defending NCAA Division I champions, Terrapins of the University of Maryland, face off against the 2016 NCAA Division I champion, Tar Heels of the University of North Carolina. Join yours truly for the very best in men's lacrosse, and tickets are still available, but they're going fast. Number 1 versus number 1 in the 5th annual Pacific Coast Shootout, all here in the OC at OCC. Saturday, March 24th, the boys will be ready.
I didn't write that down.
And ladies and gentlemen, we ask for your cooperation throughout tonight's game to help keep Northrop Field clean and clutter-free. Please deposit your used food items and trash in the numerous refuse containers placed throughout the venue. On behalf of the Foothill High School Lacrosse Program and everyone here at Foothill Lacrosse, we thank you for your cooperation.
Big one yesterday in Orange County Lacrosse to keep you guys up on some of the high school action. Santa Margarita over Corona Del Mar by a score of 7-6. Couple of guys that came through. Perino had a big game, a couple of goals. Buckman, I probably don't even have to say the name, just call him Q. Everybody knows who he is. Had a couple, I think, more in transition. He's a beast. He's an excellent player. On the side for Corona Del Mar, Landon Whitney just threw in a monster game. The game he had last year in the playoffs against Santa Margarita was one of the best games I've seen a Corona Del Mar defender play. Yesterday was probably a little bit better. I gotta believe, obviously Quentin's in there as the top players in Orange County. I gotta believe Landon Whitney's in there. Justin Chang, Geis, Wilson from San Clemente is very good. Groninger, probably Rodenbeck in there. There's some good ones, but tip of the cap and a loss to Landon Whitney, just outstanding. And if you know anything about Orange County lacrosse, there's been some good ones out of Corona Del Mar. Krantz is at ND now. Greenlee at Denver. Here we go back to the live action. Sticks one from 11 yards. That's Riley Ahern. Quick shout out to Avagrov and Perino, LLP, Certified Public Accountants and Business Advisors. If you've been around lacrosse, I know the name because they've supported MaxLax since the beginning. I think we should support them. MaxLax is awesome, just a fantastic site, and it's awesome to have Avagrov Perino involved and helping you keep more of what you earn. Thanks. So just quickly back to Landon Whitney, tip of the cap, outstanding game and a loss. And once again, tip of the cap to Santa Margarita. It's a big win for Coach Guy. He runs a great program. Some outstanding players have come through there, and he's got the rest of the season with Q, and then he's off to Notre Dame. And in my opinion, he's going to be just an outstanding college player. I think off ball he's going to be extremely good, and he can stick it, man. He can shoot the ball. So it's an exciting time in Orange County lacrosse this year. Andrew Cumming on the wing. Going to work a little bit. No crease in there. High crease. Crease gets in there. Bang it around. Geis just going to move it along. Back to Cumming. Well, that's an assist, Easton Babb. We talked about him earlier. Kid is looking very sharp.
Foothill Knights goal! Scored by number 7, Chad Dupre.
So that's
Assisted by number 5, Easton Babb.
So that's Dupre on a very, very smart heads-up cut. His guy turned his back. Cut to the ball, and Easton Babb had his head up, stuck it right on a stick, and that's a bang-bang play. That's tough to stop.
Loose ball push, Loomis. Correction, Foothill. Possession, Loomis.
Brendan DeSouza looks inside. Looks like got a check. Scramble for the ground ball. I think it's a loose ball push. Trey back on, number 1 up top. We'll see if they go to him. Again, looks like a physical kid. Matthew Guerrieri, unassisted.
Loomis goal scored unassisted by number 10, Alex Stepney. Repeating the Pelicans goal, scored unassisted by number 10, Alex Stepney.
I stand corrected. That was Stepney, number 10 on the goal, unassisted. Smart puts it out in front to himself. That's a slick move. Here goes Cumming. It's just what we talked about earlier. Foothill goes when it's time to go. He saw him pressed out, no backup.
Foothill Knights goal! Scored by number 3, Andrew Cumming. And unassisted goal. Once again, the Knights goal, scored by number 3, Andrew Cumming. His third goal and a hat trick for the game.
That's just smart lacrosse. Cummings a very smart player, saw no backup. If he can beat him there, it's a dunk, and he went. Foothill's going to go back to Michael Logan on the faceoff.
Flag is down.
Well, Loomis didn't like that call. Couldn't really tell from up here, but it looked like he hit him from the front. Maybe it was a little bit high, so we are going to go get another look at the Foothill man up.
Loomis penalty, a 1-minute personal for an illegal body check on number 34, Mark Zito. Repeating the Loomis penalty, a 1-minute personal for an illegal body check on number 34, Mark Zito.
So 1 minute, they're going to set it up here. It's Josh
Maintains possession with the shot.
Josh Fox with a rip off the pipe. No crease now. It looks like Hoffer's kind of sneaking up. Now Hoffer's the crease man. They're in a 3-3. Tough look inside. Turnover. So they started in a circle. Hoffer just banged right up to the crease, standing up, looking inside. I'm going to assume for Coach Gatto and Coach Fox, that was a little quicker than they wanted. We got Geis up top again. Even up now, and Geis has Cumming head to the crease, so we got 2 on the crease. Here comes Hoffer out of the box. Oh, Geis. Nasty move, swim move. Ouch. It's a tremendous move.
Foothill Knights goal! Scored by number 16, Ellis Geis. And unassisted goal.
We're going to go Smart Zito again on the face-off here.
Repeating the Knights goal, scored unassisted by number 16, Ellis Geis. His third goal and a hat trick for the game.
Nice ground ball by the Foothill Knights. That's just good transition right there. Looked like that was Mason Toll on the ground ball.
Foothill Knights goal! Scored by number 5, Easton Babb. And unassisted goal.
As we mentioned earlier,
Once again, the Knights goal, scored unassisted by number 5, Easton Babb. His second goal of the game.
As we mentioned earlier, Bab coming on strong as a freshman. He's 2-1 on the night. And we're halfway through the second quarter. Looks like another opportunity for a transition if they want it. They've got numbers. Tough looking inside. If you're a youth player or even a high school player, feeding straight down to the crease is generally a losing proposition. Very tempting. I don't blame them, but you know, that was Mark Joy, excellent player, and he's open, but just as a matter of you know, policy, just for younger players, feeding straight down to the crease at the MLL or at the D1 level is tough enough. At the high school level, it's very, very tough. Foothill still pressing out here. Loomis going to have to run harder, a little bit harder to take away this pressure. If you stop your feet against pressure, you're just going to be in a world of hurt. Well, we talked about him earlier. I mispronounced it, but I got the sentiment right.
Loomis goal scored by number 1, Trey Ika. An unassisted goal. Repeating the Pelicans goal scored unassisted by number 1, Trey Ika.
All right, you Connecticut fans, I'm going to get it right this time. Trey Ika, unassisted, as we mentioned, outstanding player, plays a lot of tournaments back east. And shout out to his dad, if he's listening, who's a coach, a high school coach in Utah, and his grandfather played Division I at UMBC in Baltimore. Oh, great handle there by the attackman. Alex Stepney, great handler. That would have been a turnover. Got to move your feet. I believe that was Michael Mateo looking inside. That was a slick look. Again, a little bit of a feeding straight down to the crease, but the angle he was going versus the guy cutting, I think that one's worth a look, and especially down 12-2, you got to get something going. So that's a nice look. It just didn't hook up, but it looks like Loomis is starting to, you know, feel a little more comfortable out here tonight. Foothill subs on, gets their offensive personnel on that they want. Hoffer. That's a great look for Foothill. Hoffer inside the hashes from 10. I'll take that all day long. You give him that, you're going to be down a lot of goals. So, again, Hoffer, the sophomore, had a great year last year, played a ton of midi. I think traditionally as a youth player, played more attack, if I understand it correctly, some midfield, but he's found a spot at midfield for Foothill, and he's outstanding. Hoffer and Cumming for sure are two of the best 2020 sophomores in Orange County. There's no doubt. They're just tough to handle. I think it's 5. So that's coming to Hoosier, high heat, just throwing the high cheese and sticks it. Not the greatest angle, but with that much time and room, he just let it rip, and that had smoke coming off it. Oh, damn. So that's Michael Logan again. As I mentioned earlier, not a lot of teams can put two Fogos out there who are as good as they are. I think going down the stretch, that's going to be a huge advantage for Foothill. Traditionally, Foothill has had a brutal schedule. What they had last year was just ridiculous. They took their lumps, and then it paid off in the postseason. This year, same thing. One thing, you could never say ever since I've been around Orange County since '09 is Foothill's afraid to play anybody. They are not. They'll play anybody, anywhere, anytime. And they do. Oh, that's a good angle to dodge right there. He got to 5-5, and that's a nice slide by John Fiallo. He's had some nice plays, number 11 for the lefty for Loomis. He's looked good. His holds are nice and low. His base is wide. You're going to go Hoffer on the wing, coming off a pick. Little two-man game. A lot of motion out there for Foothill. Going to two-man game right here. Going to set a pick up top. He looks back to him. Bangs it back to him. Going to go hard down the alley. So, looks like Foothill we're going to do a little two-man game up top. Going to sub through the midfield line. Hear the yellow call from the bench. Going to bring Kevin Forrester on at the midfield. And out there in the audience, if I get a few wrong, it's not that easy to see the numbers from here. So goes to Hoffer, sets a pick there. That's Easton Babb setting the pick. Going to bang it behind and reverse the ball here, I think. Turf monster. Jumped up, got him. Loomis got one coming out of the box right here if he can hit him. Almost got him. Mason Tolles had a couple of nice ground balls, has one there. He's going to walk the dog. Got to keep his feet moving here. Somebody's got to come get the ball. Oh, he might dodge this guy. Somebody's got a V-cut, run to the ball. If you're a youth player and you see that right there, I saw 5 Foothill guys, which you almost never see Foothill stand around, first of all. But 5 guys watching them. You've got to run to the ball as hard as you can, V-cut, come and help them, make a short pass, and then run. We got a flag down. Hoffer's going to let it rip. Oh, hitch move, nasty. 12 yards. Ouch. Oh, that's a nasty hitch move by Hoffer. He plays, if you ever see him play, he plays like a box player. Looks like a box player, plays that style. His hitch move is nasty, and I can tell you right now, if he hitch moves and he gets to 10 and his hands are free, he's sticking it. Miles Smart back in there. We got Mark Zito for Loomis, wins the draw. I believe that's Mark Joy on the check. Nice ground ball by Mark there. That's just good lacrosse, good hustle. 1 minute to go. We'll see if Foothill bangs it around and then just goes from here. At halftime, if you're tuning in, we'll probably talk a little bit about what's happened so far in the in the Orange County High School season. We'll probably highlight a few players and tell you what's going on, so maybe stick around. Riley Ahern right there.
Foothill Knights goal! Scored by number 34, Riley Ahern.
That's just a good hard dodge. Riley Ahern sees there's no backup, lifts his hands and lets it rip.
His second goal of the game.
Michael Logan again. He's doing a heck of a job tonight so far. Going to reverse the ball on the clear. Got 17 seconds. Going to have to at least clear it. I don't know if they'll go, but they're going to at least clear it. Going to bang it behind, see what they have inside.
At the end of 2 quarters of play, our score: the Pelicans of the Loomis Chaffee School 2, your Knights of Foothill High School 15. How you doing? Good to see you.
Well, 15-2 at the half. Rough one for Loomis. Had a big game last night against Cathedral Catholic. Beat them by a goal, so they may have flown in from the East Coast. Long day yesterday. If you've ever traveled with a lacrosse team or a basketball team or a football team, it's easier said than done. You got the flights, you got the hotels. They probably weren't at their best the first half, but give credit to Foothill as usual. They move the ball, they attack, extremely aggressive team, and just sticking the ball in the back of the net. Last night, I believe it was, Wilson from San Clemente, he's going to head to Utah. When he has graduated, had, I believe, 8 points in a victory over Newport Harbor. If you haven't seen Wilson play, he is a brutal split dodger. Watched him last year against Palos Verdes. He was dodging and losing guys by 5 yards within a 5-yard box. Like, he's almost uncoverable on a split dodge. I think last year his shooting probably wasn't what it is this year, so look for him. I think he's made an outstanding choice with Utah. I don't know if the coaches, they're out here a lot for Utah. I don't know if they tuned in tonight, but I highly recommend if you're thinking about playing lacrosse in college and you have that kind of ability. I am extremely high on Coach Holman and Adam as well. Those guys are just talking to him, you get excited. So that's one to look at for sure. And once again, yesterday, Santa Margarita, Perino had a big game, had a couple. Buckman had a couple. So good win for them as well. In that game as well, New Fogo, CDM had been struggling a little bit at the Fogo position. Put a pole there. Evan Stein, he's been doing a little bit the first 2 games, did it over the tournament season. I didn't get the exact numbers, but I think he might have been somewhere around 12 for 16. Heard a couple of different numbers, but if he can get it going at the face-off X, he's going to be huge. That's going to be a monster advantage for CDM going forward. And once again, Evan is a 2020 player. Other 2020s that you probably want to watch out for. Since we talked about it earlier, maybe mentioning some guys. Bobby Gavin. He was up here last year. He's down at Torrey Pines now. His brother attended La Costa Canyon. His dad actually was a big baller, played in high school with Dave Petramala from Hopkins. And recently, Highland Park was out here, played with head coach of Highland Park, Rich Moses, as well, and played in college at UNH, University of New Hampshire, when they were actually baller. Got up to number 3 in the country, D1 back then. So look for Bobby Gavin. He's a 2020 goalie, outstanding player. Ryan Henry as well, I'd look out for this season. He's been hurt. Yorba Linda had a big win over a very good Santiago team the other night, 11-4. Ryan will probably go 80+%, I would guess, against Orange County guys. He's like a guy nationally who's, I think he finished 5th at the Face-Off Academy tournament down in Baltimore. So looks like Yorba Linda for sure, a program on the rise. They're pretty much majority are sophomores and freshmen out there. Ryan's a sophomore, so when he comes back, I would look for them to make noise. You heard it here first. In the playoffs, they could really drop a bomb on a top 4 seed, in my opinion. Very young on D, but Ash Matthews can D pretty much anybody up. Did a nice job on Ruben Santana the other night. Also, just want to give Ruben a shout-out. He's another guy headed to Utah. He had a couple of big games. He had a 5-2 game against Los Al. He had 6 goals. I'm not sure how many assists against Mater Dei. Super athlete, super kid. So just a shout out as we go through the year. We do these broadcasts for Max Lax. Want to give the guys credit. Another program on the upswing. Santiago, Keith Parr, outstanding coach out of the Baltimore area. Played at St. Mary's College. Been around the program just enough, and the parents, they're really good people out there, so I wanted to shout them out. So So getting ready for second half action here, 15-2 in favor of the Foothill Knights. So we're going to see if Loomis can get it going here. We're going back to Miles Smart on the face-off, and it looks like they're going back to their original Fogo, Mark Zito. Here we go. Smart Zito on the face-off. Smart gets it clean. That's a nice draw. And promptly turns it over. And another turnover. A little bit sloppy to start the half. Matthew Gutierrez for Loomis getting on the hands there with a nice poke check. Little weave up top. Fox bangs it to Easton Babb. Once again, Easton, I think, was 2-1 in the first half. He looks extremely sharp. He's a nice player. He's a 2021 Easton Babb. It's a little too early, but Utah, if you are tuned in, you might want to write the name down. Slick play by Easton there. That's Trey again, as we mentioned earlier, number 1. He's kind of open on the inside, calling for it now. Had the skip pass there for a minute. This is him again. Hitch move. Boom. Offside on Foothill, so they'll be man up. 30-second man up. We'll see what Loomis can do here. Going to start 2 men on the crease here, sort of a 1-4. Once again, as we mentioned, Foothill tends to chase way out on the man up, make it tough to make passes. So got to move your feet, got to move the ball. If you hold it and back up against Foothill man down or man up, you are in trouble against their man down. And once again, this goes back to the Ray Ralph era.
Interrupted here.
And ladies and gentlemen, your attention please. Now in goal, the Knights of Foothill High School, number 22, Joey Garcia.
I could still be going for all enough.
Oh, there he is.
Foothill Knights goal! Scored by number 16, Ellis Geis.
That's Geis on the goal.
An unassisted goal.
Unassisted. If you're wondering if he's back and healthy, you're getting the answer tonight. He looks very good.
Scored unassisted by number 16, Ellis Geis. His 4th goal of the game.
On your Wi-Fi?
Face-off controlled by Loomis. He gets out of there. He keeps his feet moving. As we mentioned earlier, you got to keep those feet moving. Oh, had a chance there for a little bit of transition. Held the ball a little too long. Got to bang that ball around. Loomis getting the middies on that they want. Tough look inside. That's just another one for you youngsters. Feeding the crease is a tough thing to do at this level, as we mentioned earlier, especially from straight up top. From that angle, it's doable, but you got to do it if he's open. Dodge the alley. Roll back up top. Bang it backside. Here comes Easton again. Bangs it behind. Back to Easton. Looks like he can go from here, right? Oh, maybe not. That's a good spot, though. Right in the middle of the field there, right inside the hashes. If you notice, Foothill is doing a lot of their dodging well within the hashes. Nice stop again, Loomis goalie. Nice outlet. Should have a chance for some transition here. Foothill gets back. Loomis going to have to settle it here. Looks inside. Oh, great save. I think that's Joey Garcia in for the second half. Heck of a stop there. Once again, trying to feed the crease from up top. If I was Trey right there, I would have just, he was at 10. Let it rip. But we've said it before. I'm going to say it again because it happens constantly at this level, at the youth level. You feeding the crease is probably not going to happen. If you watch college games, a lot of those don't work. If you watch the MLL, those guys can do it. And of course the colleges can do it. But it's just a high risk play. I would rather just take a rip from 10. I thought I said 20. Oh, I did. So on Trey, I made a mistake. I said he was a 2020. He's actually a 2021. So more impressive. But as I mentioned, I got a call on him today from somebody who knows the program and just had a lot of good things to say. So even more impressive that he's a 2021. And again, he's got the lacrosse background. Looks like Geis is going to set or that's not Geis, but he's going to set a pick. That was Easton, actually. Oh, heck of a save. Making Jeffries again. That's just a great save. He's standing it right on the doorstep. 5 yards, letting it rip. Turnover, Loomis. Here we go, right back. Couldn't see if he missed the cage or if that was a save, but Loomis runs it out. Oh, nice clear, Loomis. Foothill gets in, gets a touch. Offside Loomis. That's an early season penalty. I'm assuming they haven't been outside a lot yet this year. This is their first week outside, actually. We forget, we're here in Orange County. I do it all the time until I rub it in to my friends back east, that they are sitting, a lot of them, in snow. Shows you how much I had been watching the news. I did not know there was a foot of snow last week. 36 degrees when they left Connecticut. Oh, I remember the days. I'm a graduate of Hobart College, storied tradition. And if you know anything about Hobart College, it's central New York in between Syracuse and Rochester. And in the spring, it'll pretty much rain or snow 3 or 4 days a week. Don't miss it. Let's one rep. Another nice stop. That's Megan Jeffries again. Stick side high, not the greatest shot in the world, but still good save. Here we go. He may get something going here. Getting the midfield personnel on. He's going to dodge off the wing. Not much there. Oh, what a stop. Garcia again. That's 2 great stops in a row. Wow. Right on the doorstep. That was a 2-yard shot. That's a heck of a stop. Big boy in there. Takes up a lot of the cage. Oh, nasty move. Nastier save. That's a big-time stop right there. He's seeing it now. So as we mentioned, Trey is a 2021. Easton is a 2021. Some of the other guys we see around, as I mentioned, I was just going to bring up some of the Orange County guys around. So some of the other guys I've seen around 2021s, as I mentioned, Easton, Jack Rogers starting for San Clemente. He's a lefty attackman. His dad actually played at the storied traditional Power Salisbury. A lot of guys from Salisbury coaching up here now. He's for sure one to watch. On the defensive side, let's see what we got here. On the defensive side, I think the best I've seen prospect is Shane Dulesky. He's out of Santa Margarita. He's going to see time this year, I believe, but he's already 6'2", runs great, extremely smart player, and you're not going to meet a nicer kid out there. So he's another guy to watch. And then Nate Sanchez as well, tough kid. He's been getting some time for St. Margaret's as well. He's a midi/attackman. He can kind of play either spot. Loomis struggles in the clear. Failure to advance. Can't get a touch. Garcia to clear it here. Oh, nice little move on the sidelines. Oh, that was Roman Pistone. It's another 2021 to watch. If that was, if I got the number right, if that was 26, Roman Pistone. I saw it a couple of out at where was he? High Rollers. He's nasty. He's going to be good. Super quick. I don't know if he stopped that. Roman, I hear, is a very good football player. He's just a good athlete, man. He's super quick. Took one look at him. Wrote up some of the guys. Didn't write him up, but for Max Lax. Missed the cage. Once again, wrote up some guys for Max Lax. Didn't get him in there, but he easily could have been. You just look at the field and you see that the kid's an athlete, smart with the ball. 50 seconds to go here. Pistone again. Bangs across field. Nice D on the ball there, number 18, Jack Doan, for the Loomis fans out there. That's the end of 3.
At the end of 3 quarters of play, our score: the Pelicans of the Loomis JD School 2, your Knights of Foothill High School 16.
Once again, Devin Arkeson here. I run lockdownd.com. If you're not playing the kind of defense you want, jump on lockdownd.com and email me. Absolutely love what I do. Work with a lot of guys around Orange County, so ask around. Would definitely be up for working with anybody who wants to improve their defense. Want to thank Max Lax for putting the game on here. And as I mentioned, things like writing guys up for events like high rollers, for various events around. I think the kids just work so hard at it. They deserve the credit, and it helps them to, to be recognized for their efforts and for the parents to enjoy it a little bit much. So I try to do that as much as I can, and I know they've got a couple of other guys. So, Max Lax is, I was talking to Scott Parsons the other day about it. I would have just been ecstatic if I was a kid and I could have just jumped on a website and checked out everything going on. And myself, I'm on Twitter all the time checking scores. So jump on Max Lax for that. So a couple of guys just somebody mentioned to me for Loomis. Got a couple of guys that are committed to Trinity. Obviously very smart kids. Brenner D'Souza, as well as Connor Galante. So if you're out here, a lot of people don't understand how good academically these small liberal arts schools are. Trinity is extremely hard to get into. Tip of the cap for those guys. Samuel Thompson, Thompson, number 6, headed to Marist. Number 7, Michael Mateos, headed to Kenyon. Number 19, Samuel DeMaos, headed to Colorado College. Number 30, who's been stopping the ball like a maniac tonight and making Jeffries, University of Toronto. And then Mark Zito is going to head to Clark University in Massachusetts. Little pressure here from Foothill, still pressing out. Got to keep those feet moving. If you're a younger player and you get that kind of pressure, worst thing you can do is stand there and take it. Just run, change direction, sprint as much as you can. Here's Trey again. Stop Garcia there, I believe. Oh, good ground ball. It's Alex Stepney on the ground ball. Turns it back over. Foothill to clear. Garcia, actually, another 2021. I've seen him twice. A couple weeks ago on that Saturday, the quadruple header at Foothill. He made a bunch of saves. He's a good player. And I hear a lot of people talk about back east. Yeah, there's a ton of talent, believe me, top to bottom, but it's happening in California if you're wondering. I talk to college coaches all the time. San Diego, LA, Orange County, tremendous athletes, a lot of two-sporters, can play year-round. The job that these coaches have done out here, just off the top of my head, Coach Miles, Coach Mix, Coach Finnerty, Coach Guy. I know now I'm going to leave somebody out. Johnny Rodriguez. I mean, these guys are, talked to a college coach a couple months ago, and he said the biggest change for him is that there's a ton of good coaches out here. Foothill banging it around a little bit here. Probably going to have a decent length possession. Take a little time off. Bangs it behind. Look inside. Oh, nice handle. Wow, great move. Looks like a 1-minute slash. That was Pistone inside, I believe. That's a nasty move. Lefty handle, turn, little hitch move. Didn't stick it, which isn't good, but that's a tough move for a young kid.
Loomis penalty, a 1 minute personal for a slash. And number 2, Brenner D'Souza. Repeating the Loomis penalty, a 1 minute personal slash. And number 2, Brenner D'Souza.
Another local guy I wanted to mention. You rarely, in my experience, hear of a sophomore captain. Jake Brown Edison is a sophomore captain. Absolutely have to respect that. If you know Jake, he's an absolutely fantastic kid. Excellent football player, excellent lacrosse player. Just wanted to give him the credit that he deserves as a sophomore captain. Oh, nice ball movement. Didn't do much with it, but yeah. Loomis running it behind here. Foothill's got the double going. Oh, he breaks the double. One more step for you youngsters. Letting it go there is a toughie. Here we go. Right back. Heads up play right there. I think that was 3-6, but I can't tell.
Loomis goal scored by number 6, Samuel Thompson. Assisted by number 3, Matthew Rubino. Once again, Loomis goal scored by number 6, Samuel Thompson. Credit the assist to number 3, Matthew Rubino.
So that's Thompson. We just mentioned him as a guy who's going to Marist. He's standing on top of the goalie, but Garcia's been fiery hot. Took him on a little elevator ride and high cheese. And that was Rubino on the assist as well. I'm assuming 16-3, Foothill's going to bang it around a little bit, run a little bit of clock, and then probably run their offense. They're subbing on. I'm of the mindset, if you're subbing on your younger players and you have a lead, you still let the younger guys play. They do the work in practice. They're going through everything the starters are doing. You want to let them play. It's Pistone again. He just looks nasty, super quick. Should dodge the alley here. Gonna roll back. It's a nice little dodge. Got down the hashes, got all the way back to the middle of the field. That's a nice little dodge. That's Joe coming, I believe. Oh. That's a loose ball push on for Foothill as Massimo Ferris. He can flat out fly. There he goes with the ball. If you see him with the ball or you see him trying to catch somebody, Massimo is one of the fastest guys in Orange County, I would think, with the ball. Watched him last year a little bit against Loyola in a JV game, and he just literally runs by guys. He's a sophomore. Going to dodge the alley and roll back. A lot of teams will dodge that alley and just push it ahead every time, just like they did just there. But tonight, Foothill's been dodging that alley righty rather than push it ahead, meaning behind the goal. They're rolling back to the inside and banging it up top or trying to get inside and let it rip. Here we go with Roman again. Got him a little high there on the hit. That's a tough one for the D. I mean, he's fallen. The D guy is for sure going to hit him. So nothing dirty about it, obviously. It's just bad luck for, the guy bringing the hit, and you want to hope that the player is safe. The hitting of the game, obviously, has gotten considerably different. If you ever listen to Paul Carcaterra, Foothill man up for 30 seconds. Let's see what they run here. Looks like kind of a 1-4 set again, which is what they've been running all night. But if you listen to Carcaterra on ESPN, he talks about it. 10 years ago, you went in that crease and you took it. Oh, no, I don't know if that was pipe or a save. Hard to tell. But he talks about if you went inside, you got it high, you got it late, nobody complained. That was the price of, doing business inside. Now guys, Carolina Hopkins one day, they're getting touched inside and they're calling it. So at some point, I think they'll go back to letting it go in there a little bit more. Here's Easton again, Easton Babb. 2021 is just extremely impressive for Foothill. I mean, I didn't realize till I started calling it out tonight. I mean, I knew they had them, but you got 5 or 6 that are just looking very, very good. I didn't. Oh, yeah. Still pressing out, Foothill. That's Ferris on the ball, as I mentioned. Gets on the bottom hand. It's Michael Mateo on the goal, I believe.
Loomis goal scored by number 7, Michael Mateo. An unassisted goal. Repeating Loomis goal scored unassisted by number 7, Michael Mateo.
You guys can head down there.
As we mentioned, Mateo is going to head to Kenyon. Kenyon College, so a very, very fine program. He just found himself on the backside, posted up, gave him a nice target, got the ball, let it rip. That's a nice shot. Garcia, no chance on that. Oh, good hit. Good action. That's a good clean hit right there. I think that's the infamous California push from the front. Michael Logan playing a little offense for now. As we mentioned earlier, he's one of the 2 Fogos. He's going to sub off now, but he's been good so far this season. And last year, Miles Smart was just outstanding in the playoffs. I think he was just about the best Fogo, one of the best. I think him and Ryan Henry last year were pretty much the 2 best.
Foothill maintains possession after the shot.
And Meckler, obviously, from Corona Del Mar. I didn't mean to leave him out. Meck is a tough kid. Got about 3 minutes to go. We're going to head down to the field at some point, just so you know if people want to stick around and interview a couple of the players. We're going to have to think up some crafty interview questions. Just one more shout out, Abigrov and Perino. Whoa, I couldn't see if that was pipe or whether that was Abigaroff and Perino. I know the name because I see it all the time because they support Max Lax. So if you got something going in their arena, I would for sure use them, and hopefully they can continue to support what Max Lax is doing. I think Garcia got a piece of that. He looks very confident in there. The ones that have gone in, they're just standing on top of him. Massimo Ferris on the ball again there, number 42. Shot Loomis, they have possession. Massimo Ferris on the ball. Going to see if he can get topside here. Oh, didn't get any angle, but let it rip anyway, the Loomis player. Nice possession for Loomis here. He's going to ISO behind. Little movement up top. Look inside. Another save by Garcia. He's a good goalie. Yeah, another one. 2021 stacked. Let's put it this way. Wow, three-pointer. 3 points. That one's on the 405, I do believe. Oh, Garcia again. Garcia is good enough where I saw him play a couple weeks ago, and I thought he was the starter tonight. So, big boy takes up a lot of the cage in there. Jacob Graves on the ball. Now Massimo Ferris. Loomis gets another one to make it 16-5. 35 seconds remain.
Loomis goal scored by number 10, Alex Stepney. Repeating Loomis goal scored by number 10, Alex Stepney, his second goal of the game.
That was Stepney unassisted. That's 2 for him on the night. Procedure Foothill is going to go back to Loomis, see if they can get another one. No quitting this team. Still fighting. Oh, here we go. 22 seconds to go. See if they'll push it here. Good action between the lines. Loomis will have one more crack at it. 13 seconds to go. Oh, he might get one here. Stick that, big boy. Oh, he did. He got one. Samuel Thompson headed to Marist, I do believe. That was him. Like I said, no quit. So what do? I unplug this. So if you're sticking around, or you're watching this later, we're gonna head down to the field now and do a couple of interviews. Camera's probably gonna shake a little bit, but we'll be down there shortly. maybe grab a couple of players and see what they have to say about the game and the season going forward. So bear with us. We'll be down there in a second.
Start with coach too if you want. We could start with coach if you want.
John, let's just do that. Great. Unless you want. Watch your back. Watch your back. Helmet? Yeah. Let me do this.
Yeah. Ellis, we get a good question here. Well, one thing is we shot all of them.
Ellie, tuck in the lead.
Hey, we're going to do coach.
Yeah, that'd be great.
So
He might be in right now. Oh, yeah.
How's it going? How's the stat? Coming back.
Hi, this is Devin Arkeson once again, Lockdown D, representing Max Lax OC. And as we mentioned, we were going to walk down with the camera and on the fly do a little interview. Obviously, Knights were on fire today, attacking. Just wanted to ask Coach Fox first where he feels they are, what they did tonight versus what they've done earlier in the season, and how practices have been going.
Yeah, and tonight was a great night. We really appreciate being able to play a great team from back east, and we're just excited. We had a really good practice last night and good weather today. Guys were pumped to play, and we were getting ground balls and shooting well, and it was great to see things kind of coming together.
How do you feel, just one other question, sitting up in the booth and talking, and the guys were hearing, you have a lot of 2020 and 2021s who can really play. Where do you feel like they're, obviously guys played last year. Where do you feel they are development-wise and where they'll fit in during the season, some of the younger guys?
Yeah, I mean, we've got a lot of young guys, and they've just had to step up through injuries and some other things. They've been the guys, and they're really outperforming what we expected. And I think it's a credit to them playing a lot of off-season club ball. They were really playing with Express and with West Coast Stars and just getting their work in. And it was great to see. And then they're showing up and playing big. And even when our guys come back from injury, they're going to be right in the mix, and we're really excited for them.
Awesome. Thank you, Coach Fox. Great effort tonight, and we'll see you Saturday night. Big one against CDM. That'll be an interesting game. If you're out there, come out here Saturday night. That'll be a great game. Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
All right. We're going to talk to Ellis real quick. He's coming back off a couple of dinged-up injuries. Great game tonight. How did you feel tonight, and how's it been going in practice? Do you feel like you're 100%, or where are you at?
Yeah, this is my second game back right now, and I've been practicing hard, and I feel like I'm 100% back, which is great. It was kind of rough when I was off it watching the guys play, but now I'm back, and I think everything's good. So,
outstanding. Last year, it seemed like I was saying that what we were doing the game that you guys really tend to play a brutal schedule.
Yeah.
One thing you could never ever say about Foothill is they're scared to play anybody. It helped you guys last year. How do you feel this year about going to a different area of the country, and how do the guys feel about like traveling as much as you do?
Yeah, absolutely. We try to play the best teams we can. That's how we get better at the end of the season. All the guys, they love competition, they just love getting better, and I think that's a good thing about this team this year. They're always trying to get better, and yeah.
Outstanding. Well, excellent effort tonight, and we will see you Saturday night versus CDM.
Thank you.
Thanks, Ellis. All right, man. So I think that just about wraps it up. Once again, Devin Arkeson here I'm with LockdownD.com. Wrapping it up, I want to thank Scott Parsons, Max Lax, for putting this on, and hopefully people enjoyed it coming out, and looking forward to a fantastic season in Orange County this year coming up. Thank you.